Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Descent of Dragons is coming soon and it's time to theorycraft some decks. I recently theorycrafted a Dragon Highlander Warlock and yeah, lots of Highlander decks will be coming. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza is just so incredible support for them. But I was still wondering whether it would be also possible to build like a more traditional Handlock. And with this list I'm trying to get there, but I'm not sure if this list is going to be able to compete with the Highland decks, because Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, Zephyrus the Great, Highland decks just have such great support. But this is what I think a Handlock deck would look like in the upcoming metagame. So no Highlander stuff, just a bunch of dragons. I did end up with dragons for Handlock because Netherbreath and Crazed Netherwing, these are just so good. I don't think you can skip them. Netherbreath is one of the few healing tools available for Warlock, 4 damage, lifesteal. That's awesome. Crazed Netherwing, I opted to leave Hellfire out of this build. I also, in my draft versions, I had them both for quite some time, but then I ended up going with just the Crazed Netherwing. We'll see if it's enough or not. It does cost 1 mana more than Hellfire, so it comes a little later. Maybe if there's a lot of aggro, you also need Hellfire. But just having some of that early board clear. And the hand synergy is really important with this one. Abyssal Summoner summons a demon depending on your hand size. Twilight Drake grows with your hand size. Mountain Giant becomes cheaper with your hand size. Once you have played Valdres Felgorge, you can go to 12 cards. So then you can get Mountain Giant to cost 1, and you can play Mountain Giant and Satravar on the same turn. And of course, if any of your major threats survive, Satravaring that major threat can be a big deal. Because of that, I have attempted to build the early game so that you preserve the cards in your hand as much as possible. Mortal Coil, obviously a cantrip, it draws you a card. Fightry Witch Doctor discovers a spell. Brightwing gives you a random legendary. Vulpera Scoundrel discovers a spell. So in the early game you're trying to get some stuff on the board, but also get a lot of resources, so that then you can strike with the Twilight Drake, you can strike with the Abyssal Summoner, with the Mountain Giant, and then apply a lot of pressure. Because Handlock really isn't a control deck. Handlock cannot fight an endless game. Handlock has big stuff that it wants to get out early, and then it wants to hit face. And also stuff like Fritz Kindle Roost is really ideal for Handlock. Discounts all the dragons in your deck by 2. So if you can hit that Fritz and then manage to pick up something like Zeraku the Warped for 6 mana, then that can help you generate some major threats, or a 7 mana Alexstrasza. And also 5 mana Crowd Roasters help you control the board a little bit while your big minions fight. So I've really cut down on spells with this one. There's no Siphon Soul, there's no Twisting Nether, there's big minions, there's resource generation. There's the idea that you're going to have a lot of cards in your hand and you will use those cards in order to get big minions on the board with Twilight Drake, Mountain Giant, Abyssal Summoner. And that way you can just pressure your way to victory. I'm not sure if the archetype is going to be good enough in Descent of Dragons. Those Highlander decks look a little scary, but there is of course the added level of consistency that you get when you don't play a Highlander deck. And hopefully that's going to be enough to make this archetype successful as well. Sadly, I have not been able to include Lord Charaxus in this. I expect there to be tons and tons of Highlander decks, and Lord Charaxus being just killed by Zephyrus at will, then that's just so awful. So that's a bit of a bummer, but other than that, I think this kind of build retains that Handlock feel.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.